Hi people, how are you doing? So today we are going on book, lesson 7, page 66. Okay? So this is an important lesson because we have a new grammar point, a new verb tense, the present perfect continuous. Okay? So just for us to compare, we start here in the book with a revision of the present perfect. Remember that the present perfect, it has this name, but it is about the past, okay? It's about that past that is not mentioned or about a time that is not over. Example, this year, this week, today, okay? So, let's read here in the book. First, revision grammar point, present perfect tense, from Unit 1, from this book. Okay, you can go back to Unit 1 in the book. We form the present perfect tense with the verb to have plus the past participle. To have is the auxiliary verb in this verb tense, and the past participle is the third column. Okay? The past participle is the third column of the irregular verb table. Or for regular verbs, they are formed by adding ed or d. Okay? Construction. Subject plus have plus past participle. Remember that if the person is he, she, it, third person singular, it is has. Okay? So, examples. I have studied Japanese before. I'm talking about an experience I had. Okay? I don't know when it started, when it ended, before, in the past. She has ridden that horse for 10 years. Is the period of 10 years over? We don't know. So, present perfect. So, the present perfect tense has many functions and is more frequently used than the past simple. We can use the present perfect to refer to an action or state that occurred at an indefinite time in the past. The present perfect is also used to talk about the action or state that occurred in the past, but the period is not important or not necessary or not mentioned. We can also use this verb tense to refer to an action that began in the past and continued until the present time. Examples. I have already been to England twice this year. Guys, this year isn't over. That's why we are using present perfect. She has studied English before. I have bought a new mobile phone. I have seen your mother in the supermarket a lot. We have tried to pass the exam twice. They have got a new car. Okay? Very good. People, while this present perfect tense is focused on the action, okay, an ended action, a finished action in the past, the present perfect continuous focuses on the period that this action has happened. Okay, on the continuation of the action. Cool? Let's start here on page 67. The present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about a continuous but not necessarily finished action or a situation that started in the past. We form the present perfect continuous tense with the verb to have plus the verb to be in the past participle, been, plus the present participle form. People, present participle is commonly known as gerund, ing. Okay? So the construction is subject plus have plus been plus ing. I have been studying for my degree for 2 years now. The chef has been cooking at that restaurant since 2011. Examples. I have been cooking since 6 a.m. this morning. Guys, this sentence focuses on continuity. I have been cooking all morning. Okay? I have cooked several new recipes today. Focus on completion. The recipes are over. I have completed them. He has been reading this book for 2 hours. Focus on continuity. I have read that new book and it's great. The focus is on the completion. Okay? The present perfect continuous, also called present perfect progressive, is a verb tense which is used to show that an action started in the past and has continued up until the present moment. The present perfect continuous is very similar to the present perfect, but its main difference is that it is usually used to emphasize duration or amount of time that an action has been taking place. With this meaning, we normally use words such as for 10 years, since 2010, for a long time, since Monday. Okay? Actually, people, there are many examples that we could use both verb tenses, depending on what we want to focus, on the action itself or on the continuity of the action, the duration of the action. Cool? Okay, we have some examples here. The dog has been lying in the sun for hours. I am focusing on the temporary action, on the duration of the action that the dog has been lying. The church has been the most important building in the city since 1808. Okay, the focus here is, actually it's a permanent situation that hasn't changed, so perfect simple. We have been talking for the last hour. Focus on the situation, the temporary situation. We have spoken about the wedding many times before. Permanent situation. Why has Peter not been taking his medicine for the last 2 days? Temporary action. Why have you written the new book about London and not Paris? Permanent situation. The book is written. Okay? If we don't want to talk about exactly the amount of time an activity has been happening, we can use words such as lately or recently. Remember the adverbs? For example, I have been working a lot recently. What have you been doing lately? Has Rachel been studying French recently? They haven't been talking to each other lately. Derek and Meredith have been camping a lot lately. We have been studying a lot lately. Okay, guys? I hope it's clear. If it's not, we are having a live next week, okay? So we can take all doubts that you have, okay? And we're gonna have plenty of exercises to do too. Okay, let's go now to page 68 to practice a little, okay? Lately. To prevent, a cure, to cure, a transplant, Alzheimer's, a disease, a lung, a kidney, a marathon. Okay, people, lately is the adverb of the adjective late. So lately means in the last times, in the last few weeks, in the last days, okay, nothing clear or fixed. To prevent is to keep something from happening. It's similar to Portuguese, okay? Prevent. To keep something from happening. To avoid something to happen. A cure is the noun. To cure is the verb. The written word is very similar to Portuguese. Example, right now, scientists around the world are looking for the cure for the coronavirus. Okay? Transplant is just like Portuguese. Alzheimer's is the name of a disease that make normally old people forget stuff, okay? A disease is an illness, disorder, or a bad functioning, malfunctioning of something in our body, a disease. For example, cancer is a disease, okay? A lung is our organ inside. We have actually two lungs that makes us breathe, okay? Lungs, we have two lungs. Kidney is also a human organ, and we also have two, okay? The kidney is responsible for filtering the blood, cleaning the blood, okay? And many people live with only one kidney. And a marathon, we use the same name in Portuguese, it's a long distance running race, okay? It's 40 or 42 kilometers, something like that. Okay, I think it's here in the questions. So, let's repeat, guys. Has he been researching a cure for Alzheimer's disease recently? They have been watching a new series lately and they have been enjoying it. To prevent Alzheimer's, people can keep learning new things, sleeping well, and stay socially connected. They have been living in New York recently, but they have lived in many countries around the world. She has been running this marathon for 2 hours now. Okay, people, so let's go to the let's practice part. Remember, I read both the question and the answer, okay? I will leave 1 or 2 seconds. You pause the video and you read the answer to yourselves before I do, okay? So, have they found a cure for Alzheimer's disease yet? No, they haven't found a cure for Alzheimer's disease yet, but they are looking for a cure. What symptoms has Mr. Webb been feeling? Mr. Webb has been feeling different symptoms recently, such as a headache and stomachache. How many kidneys and lungs does a human body generally have? A human body generally has 2 lungs and 2 kidneys. Anthony looks very red. Has he been running a marathon? Yes, Anthony has been running a marathon, which is why he looks very red. Have you been studying any subject recently? Yes, I have been studying English recently. Is there a cure for lung or kidney disease? No, there isn't a cure for lung or kidney disease. The only answer is a transplant. Where has Anna been living recently and why? Anna has been living in Paris recently because she has been working for a fashion company. Is it possible to cure a person who has Alzheimer's? No, it isn't possible to cure a person who has Alzheimer's. Did the first face transplant happen in France in 2005? Yes, the first face transplant happened in France in 2005. Have you ever run a marathon? Do you think it would be difficult? No, I have never run a marathon, and yes, I think it would be very difficult. How many kilometers is a marathon? A marathon is 42 kilometers. What are the symptoms of the flu? The symptoms of the flu are cough, a sore throat, and fever. Okay, guys, our lesson today is over, okay? So we have a very important new grammar point today we had, okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know. Tomorrow is still Friday, so I'm still going to be here, sorry. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I don't know which day we're doing our live next week, okay, but I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay, to check my schedule, and we can, it's already scheduled the live, okay? Guys, thank you very much. Keep studying, okay, and I'll see you or talk to you tomorrow or next week. Bye-bye.